Have you ever witnessed something you couldn't quite explain? Ever had a shiver run down your spine? Caught a glimpse of evil in the corner of your eye? Or sensed that you are never truly alone? Are these experiences linked to discoveries of the paranormal, or can they be explained by science? We want to investigate this and find out why the legends of ghosts have haunted humanity for generations. Stories of ghosts date back to the 1st century AD and are defined by the concept of a person's spirit detaching from their dead body and remaining on Earth with the living. Stories about ghosts are extremely prevalent in today's society and are shown both throughout the media and by individuals. Myths of ghosts and spirits can be linked with religion or live on their own, and they have existed all around the world, including in our very own city of Winnipeg. This city is not immune to the folklore of ghouls. Winnipeg is home to a number of supposedly haunted locations, and we had the privilege of visiting a select few of them. The first site we visited is the Fort Garry Hotel, a famously haunted hotel in Winnipeg. Legend says that years ago, a young woman hung herself in room 202 after learning of the death of her husband. Guests who stayed the night at the Fort Garry have reported seeing blood dripping down the walls and apparitions of a woman, as well as hearing strange sounds and distant crying. The Burton Cummings Theatre is a popular show venue in downtown Winnipeg, with performances ranging from concerts to comedy shows. But over 100 years ago, 2 actors left the theatre to go to London, promising to return to Winnipeg one day, but sadly, they died en route. However, many believe that they fulfilled their promises, and their spirits still reside in the theatre today. There have been reports of clapping and whispering coming from thin air, and apparitions of the actors themselves. The Seven Oaks House is Winnipeg's oldest standing home and belonged to the now deceased Mary Inkster and her family. Mary suffered from migraines and nausea throughout her life, and guests who visit the home-turned-museum report feeling the same way upon entering her room, as well as seeing fog creeping through the dining room. The Masonic Temple is over 120 years old, and the reasons for its hauntings are unknown to this day. It was formerly a restaurant, and employees reported seeing flickering lights and objects that moved all on their own, perhaps dating back to its days as a temple. The sites we visited today all prove one thing. Many people in our city believe in ghosts. Today, we wanted to talk to these people and get their perspectives of why they believe in the supernatural.
Yes, I believe in ghosts.
I do believe in ghosts.
I call them spirits.
It would have been about 1974, and my family lived in the country, pretty close to some cousins. So my cousins and I were playing around with a Ouija board and weren't getting anywhere and just kind of being goofy. My mom was around and she asked, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she knew about Ouija boards. And as soon as she put her hands on it, we could feel it moving more than it had been. Like it felt like it was doing what it was supposed to. We kind of got a bit freaked out, and my mom continued to play around with it. She somehow ended up communicating with a spirit. Now, I know this sounds hokey, but she started asking names and questions about how this spirit died. And I was so skeptical. I was a 12-year-old kid, but I was so skeptical about it, but it sounded legit. And the more she asked questions of this entity, the more answers she got back that were really specific. Well, a few days later, she verified the information with the town records in Kenora, and everything was true. The guy existed. He died in the year that the Ouija board told us. We even found where his gravestone was, and he had indicated that through the Ouija board. So I was super skeptical, and I'm still not sure I believe everything, but that experience changed me. It's a believer, I guess.
I do. My mom and my sister both, when they were, I think, like from baby till like 5 years old, talked to dead relatives they shouldn't know about. And I think my mom specifically had an old lady or an old man in her room that would like talk to her when she was a kid, and she would tell her parents about it, and it freaked everyone out. And my sister did the exact same thing and was like naming people that she definitely shouldn't have known.
Many years ago, I was very unhappy, and I was crying. I was maybe 19, and I saw a spirit standing in the bathroom. All I could see was a white shirt and a tie. And I spoke with my mother later, and she says it was probably my father because he was a very clean man and he spent a lot of time in the bathroom, and she figures if he came back, he would be coming back in the bathroom. And he brought me peace.
But not everyone feels this way. Some think that the idea of ghosts is completely ridiculous and feel very strongly that there are explanations for everything blamed on a malevolent spirit.
No, I don't believe in ghosts.
No, I don't believe in ghosts.
A lot of people, when they experience strange things that they can't explain, they go straight to, oh, ghosts caused it. And I mean, we used to do that scientifically for a while before we got further in developing theories, but it kind of is only just a theory. And a lot of the stories about ghosts can be easily explained by other things.
I don't have a specific reason why I don't believe in ghosts. I guess I've never really, I've looked for more of a logical answer behind things.
Some of these people make valid points, and there are many explanations rooted in science that explain the supposedly paranormal. A common answer to visions of apparitions is the human phenomenon of hallucinations. People hallucinate for a number of reasons, be it drugs and alcohol, sleep deprivation, mental illness, loss of vision, or stress. Sleep paralysis, where one wakes up unable to move and sees hallucinations, is a variation of this. Another scientific explanation is pareidolia, the process of your brain finding meaning in meaningless things through confusion in visual, audio, or other bodily processing.
This is a test of selective attention. Count how many times the players wearing white pass the basketball. How many passes did you count? The correct answer is 15 passes. But did you see the gorilla?
The final explanation is selective attention, as shown in the video. If you missed the gorilla in the video, you experience what is called inattentional blindness, and it shows how what you are focusing on or expecting to see can alter your perception of reality. Things like this explain paranormal experiences, such as windows opening on their own or sounds coming from nowhere. It is easy to miss simple things when the brain is preoccupied with the complicated. So why do people believe in ghosts? And is there any truth to what they claim to have seen? Most people who firmly believe in the supernatural have had personal experiences with the matter or know someone who has. Most non-believers refuse to consider the possibility of ghosts being real, as there is no concrete proof. And a lot of the population sits on the fence and don't spend much time thinking about things beyond their control. Through our research, we found countless accounts of ghosts, but also many pieces of evidence that provide logical explanations for these experiences. Whatever the answer may be, we hope that this video made you think a little bit more about the mysteries of the paranormal.
They're rockets.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
They taste good.